Good morning, good morning.
So you're a trader, and I bet you
Welcome, welcome to the 23rd June to the best Forex stream in the world today. And what we will start off with is that we will start off with a clean chart. This is what we do every day, right? Every day, when you come to the chart, your chart should be clean. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a clean slate. Clean slate, clean chart, sponsored by Coca-Cola. So let's go to the 4-hour chart here. Let's just do a little bit of a cleanup right here. Remove everything. Now see the 4-hour candle has made probably a high over here. And this 4-hour candle has broken the previous candle's low. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Let's see if we can find some more information. Now looking on the 1-hour, seems like we are creating some sort of support right here. And before the support, we created a resistance right at 133,900. So now we are in this 1-hour range, which is 55 pips, 55 pip range. So if you go to the 30-minute time frame, the 30-minute candle just started. It started at support. So if I want to take a buy over here, my stop is going to be around 18 pips. If I go to the 15-minute and if I want to open a buy here, my stop is going to be around 8 pips. So I think this could be a good opportunity to execute a buy. Let's take a look at the 1-hour. 1-hour is still bullish. Daily is okay. 4 hours kind of like tapping into that support area. 30-minute right is here. So I think this could be a very good opportunity here to execute a buy position for price to continue moving to 133,650. 133,650. Alright, let's just go to the 15-minute chart and let's just see here. Now going to a 5-minute chart. Ooh, we're still bearish. We are still bearish. See, I want to open a buy on the 30-minute chart, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for some sort of a bullish candle close, right? So that's why I'm not opening a buy yet. I'm waiting. Like if price crosses at like 133, 433, I think that's going to be an opportunity for me to take a buy. That's when I'm going to open a buy. But until that happens, I'm not opening up a buy yet. You get me? Because even though 30-minute candle closed bullish, 15-minute candle closed bullish with no wick at the bottom, it just seems too good to be true, you know? Like, I mean, it just, I don't know, like it just seems too good to be true. That first thing in the morning on Tuesday, you know, you get this perfect trade, right, Sacha? It just seems too good to be true, man. Don't trust these markets. I mean, if this once it starts to go bullish, I think that's going to be a good opportunity for me to take a buy and have a stop down here at like 133, 350. Yeah, I think that's going to be a. Oh, okay, nice. All right, perfect. Stop is going to be below the 15-minute candle, right here, around 8-9 pips, and targeting, I don't know, like maybe let's say 133, 600. Perfect. Perfect. Let's do that. So yeah, I'm in this first trade here for the day. I think this is going to be the only trade I might look for. 30-minute is bullish, previous 30 minutes, so there's a chance that this 30-minute might also go bullish. So that's the whole idea here today. 15-minute is also bullish. Previous 15-minute candle has no wick at the bottom. This means there's no range for the next candle to go down because they didn't even show any bearish signs, because it has no wick at the bottom. 5-minute was waiting for it to turn up, but looks like it's turning up over here, so it's pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty good. Someone said, should we buy now? I think you should close the stream and learn to trade first. This is not a signal session, please. Um, let's take a look at this chart here. On the other side, what I'm thinking is, now if it goes into profit, I'll be okay to close in profits, but what if it starts going down, right? What if it starts going down, and what if it starts to go to your stop loss? So let's just think about that here for a sec. Now, if this 15-minute candle breaks below 133, 385, 390, then I'm going to close 50% of my position, right? Because then that will mean that the 15-minute candle is breaking its low to maybe continue down, maybe come to my stop loss, so instead of losing the entire position on 8 pips, I want to lose a portion of that position at 8 pips, right? I want to keep my losses low, because if you keep your losses low, man, your winners are going to look bigger. Get some Rani in the system. Wow, look at this manipulation over here. This was a manipulation from last night. Right here, this one. Boom, all the way down. Trump said that we're cutting ties with China. And then boom, Trump says, no, 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 that's not what we meant. And price went back up. It's crazy how one man has so much power over the markets. Insane. US 30 looking like it's forming this bullish pattern over here. To continue moving bullish. Into like 26,450. Let's take a look at the pre-markets. Now, while I'm in this GJ trade, I'm keeping an eye on, oh, wrong page. It's pre-markets. Yeah, so while I'm in this trade, I'm keeping an eye on the price right over here, right? Because when price is going to come down to 133, 388, let's say 388, I'm going to close 50% of my positions. Because, gotta make sure that risk is intact, right? Yeah, US 30 is forming this bullish pattern here to continue moving bullish. Should be interesting. We have a clean candle here to the left. So far, US 30 hasn't really followed the proper candle movements as the candles does on GJ or UJ or EJ. US 30 is not related to GPJPY, instead of the fact if you consider that US correlated with the yen, but other than that, it's not. Are you already in GJ sell? No, I am in a GJ buy right now. GJ buy. Oh, trading view added candlestick patterns. Where is it? Oh, candlestick patterns. Oh, what? That's crazy. Candlestick abandoned baby pattern. Is this a joke? Abandoned baby pattern. Let's see what this pattern is. I want to see this pattern. Oh, it's not available here. Where is it? Where's abandoned baby pattern? Yeah, it's not here. Looks like GPJPY is turning around over here. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Oof. open up a fresh runny juice. What do you think? Let's take a look at this. Someone sent a chart here. Let's take a look at this chart. This is... Alright, enter when candle close above support, false breakout. I think your stop is a little tight. No, your stop is way too big. Well, according to my standards, I think the stop is way too big. My stop is smaller right over here because I'm very, very, very risk averse, you know. Are you selling or buying? I'm buying. I'm in a GPJPY buy. If this candle or if the next 15-minute candle starts breaking the low of the 15-minute candle right here, then I'm going to close 50% of my positions. You know, then I'm going to take 50% out in a loss. So let's say if I have a one lot open over here, I'm going to close 0.5 lots right here before it hits my stop loss. You know, like in the same essence, if I have a 5 lot open, I'm going to close 2.5. Man, it's a crazy world we live in, man. People are asking, are we selling or buying? How can you not know? How can you not know what's going on when you look at the screen? Crazy. I'm waiting for the next candle to open above this candle. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're looking for extra confirmation. All euro news was positive. Pound news was super, super positive. Guess it is what it is. Let's consult the Chinese indicator here. So consulting the Chinese indicator, it says that the pound is weak and the yen is weak. So pound yen theoretically should start consolidating, but we'll see what happens. The 50% you would remove, would you restore the 50% if it starts to go back up? No, not really. No. It's just going to be 50%. So it is what it is. If this were to close bearish on the 15-minute, probably close the trade, right? Yeah, probably I'm gonna, if it closes bearish on the 15-minute, I would close 50% of the position, right? Because the 30-minute candle would still be open at that point. See, at this point, I closed 50% of my position right over here. I took out 50%. So let's take a look at the 5-minute. 5-minute is also breaking the lows over here. So I guess this is the point where I need to decide whether I'm going to keep the whole position open or close everything. Yeah, I'm going to keep the rest of it open. But I closed 50% right here. What's this? Is it not better to wait for a bullish close above 500 and retest to enter because of resistance on the 15-minute? Yeah, sure. I mean, you can do that, but at this point, I closed everything right here. I closed out everything here. So I think it was a very good maintaining risk. So right now, I think it's just ranging here. So a close above 500, yeah, that's a valid point. But like at the same time, I was looking at this 30-minute candle close, you know, at support. Candle closed at support, closed above the high of the previous candle. So it just made sense for me to take the trade, you know. So if this setup shows up every time, I'm going to take this trade every time, right? Last week, I've taken this trade. I've won 7 out of 10 times, you know, so sometimes it is what it is. Can you tell me how to identify trend to multiple time frames? I think you need to send a chart. Let's take a look here. This is Euro JPY. Oh, okay, came down. Yeah, probably the probability wasn't there. Would I give it a second chance? Depends. Depends. You know, I think the second chance that I'm going to give this trade is going to be like once the candle starts closing above 133, 430, 430 out of this range over here. Um, oh, some people had wider stops below the 30-minute candle. Yeah, that makes sense. Would you have been safer to buy at the break of the high? No, no, not really. I mean, I saw it and then I wanted to execute on it and then executed on it. So, now we're just waiting. Because this is a strong support, right? This is a very strong support. This support was held in pre-London and prices rallied all the way up to make a high. And my whole concept was that if we are consolidating here, right, we're consolidating here to either break up or break down. So just by looking at it, I have strong, strong, strong feeling we're going to start breaking up. But if we start breaking down, we'll need to break below this area here, 133,305. So in this trade, um, I was risking 8-9 pips. So trade 1 GJ buys, and I lost like 5 pips. I was willing to lose 500, but I lost $247. Reduced my risk. Oh, let's make this a little bigger. Because not everyone has 4K, right? Just make it a little big. Oh, too big. Maybe make it yellow too. Alright, perfect. So now we are in a range, right? Now this candle closed bearish, so we're in a range. So now when you see a candle moving past this candle, then you know, okay, we're trying to break up. So it's pretty good. Plans for GJ. Let's take a look at this. All right, this is GJ, 30-minute chart. Looking for sells on the breakout, and you're looking for buys above this area. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Makes sense because, if we do start falling down, this whole thing is going to get corrected. Man, I saw a weekly wick get filled, and that weekly wick was massive. It was somewhere over here, this one. We had a flash crash, right? This was around 700 pips. We had a flash crash, and once price started coming down, people started saying, oh, it's going to fill the wick. And wick got filled and even more. Right over here as well on the daily, let's take a look at this on the 1 hour. If we do break below the support, then this thing is getting filled. That's what's going on. Because now when price is going to start moving below 133, let's say 300, it's going to start to look left. It's going to say, well, we have a wick here to fill. So there's a very high chance this wick might get filled. But now looking at where price is right now, we still got 12 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close. The 15-minute candle closed bearish, right? So, I mean, now you got to wait for confirmations here. Those who not see the market fluidity will not understand the way of trading. That is, I think if you can understand the candles, it'll be easy to follow the stream. But if you can't understand candles, I think it's going to get pretty hard. GPJPY buys. Nice one. Alright, let's take a look at this chart here. This is gold 15-minute. Took a buy here. My TP is 30 pips. Man, I don't even know how you're trading this gold over here. This looks like a fence you're trying to jump and it has all sorts of things on it. This is crazy. Look at those wicks. So difficult. Let's take a look at gold here. Gold is super duper hard to trade. Do you know Nick Crompton FX? No, I do not know such name. Nick Crompton FX. Yeah, gold is really hard to trade. It like other than the 4 hour chart, because the 4 hour is the only one that's making kind of sense. It's approaching some sort of a resistance. Other than that, it's pretty hard to trade. Alright, let's take a look at this chart here. This is, ooh, GPAUD, sells, fake out, clean traffic, trade, range, no trade zone, candle was breaking below, you took a sell. I don't know how you kept the stop loss, but it worked out to your favor and you got some pips. That's pretty good. What age did you start trading? I started trading when I was 29, 28, 29. Okay, what's this? Let's take a look at this. Close here for sell signal. Okay, perfect. I think at the same time, you should also, so your zones are correct. This zone is also correct. That I think is based on the leftover here or maybe this wick here, so it looks good. You could probably lower it down to this area here as well. But I think you should also map out buys. Like, how would you want to see buys? You have sells mapped out at the same time, start mapping out buys too. Even though if you're not going to take buys, it's pretty good to map them out as well because you know that's how you learn. Because even though if let's say you're focused on sells, right? And if price comes down, you take the sells, you're like, okay, perfect, I anticipated this to happen. But what if price starts breaking up? And if you map out buys, if you map out why or how price is going to go up, and if it does go up, even though if you're not going to take the buy, you're still going to understand that, okay, it's now trying to go up. So that's how you become fluid. That's how you start looking at things that may also happen. So since this 15-minute candle is now starting to break up over here, 5 minutes candle also breaking up over here. I think a break above, like someone was right, they mentioned 133,500. That would be a better opportunity to maybe give this trade a second chance. For the first time, where do I start and what is market fluidity? I think you should start from babypips.com for the first timer. What I'm looking at right now to give this trade a second chance is waiting for this 15-minute candle to break the high of the previous 15-minute candle. Because if this 15-minute candle can break the high of the previous 15-minute candle, then that would mean it has a high chances to go bullish. And then I can have a stop at like 8, 9 pips and a TP, same area, 133, 600, 660. That's going to be a very good trade. Could you please explain where I could put my TP because there's so much traffic on the left? Well, then I think you need to send a chart. Oh, there we go. There's the second chance there for the trade. Giving the trade a second chance. It broke the high of the previous 15-minute candle. Had a buy stop here. Got activated. So now I'm giving its trade a second chance. Second chance to redeem itself, right? Would you like to do swing trading? Should be easy for you as you read candles very good. No, not really, because swing trading takes a lot of time, and I'm more interested in letting trades like being 15 to 20 minutes in and out, basically. That's what I like to do. All right, what's this? Euro JPY. Buy entry above the candle's high over here. Sell entry down over here. Yeah, looks good. You have clean traffic here to the left, so you're expecting price to continue moving bullish. That's pretty good. See now at this point, if this candle starts breaking the low here again, then obviously then this trade is not going to work out, and we're just going to start ranging here. So it's very important when price starts ranging. It's really important to identify that range, right? Since at this point I'm not really confident that it's going to do what I want it to do, so I'm probably going to close 50% right over here. Again, I closed 50% right over here because now it just seems like price is not going to do what we wanted it to do. So it's just better to close that loss instead of holding it for your full stop loss. And I think I'm done for the day over here. I gave my trade 2 chances, and so I think, yeah, I closed it at like what, 6 pips right here, 5, 6 pips. I closed everything. I got out of it. Because once this candle broke the high of the previous candle, the probability increases that price is going to go your way, right? But it didn't. So, it is what it is. This was the trade. This was the second trade. Second chance to give this trade, and it also ended up in a loss. So no more trades for the day. Like no money for you today. No money. I think I made it like $101. I had buys in the Asian session, so that was the only winning trade I had. But for New York, I'm ending the day at like negative $500. So, but the main thing is the risk was managed. Um, right. You're going to take any more trades? Yeah, we'll see what happens. But like the most important thing you can learn from the stream is to never let the price hit your stop loss at your complete position. Never. Let a portion of it hit always, but not the whole thing. So, this was not a stress-free trading day. Because if you were copying trades, you're stressing right now. Um, taught me the importance of keeping my losses small. Yeah, I think keeping losses small is very important. Yeah, wow, look at that. Start coming down. Broke the high and starts coming down. 30 minutes now closing in the range here, just closing side by side, so it's just ranging now. Um, do not wait for candle to close before taking trade. Wow. Yeah, you know, like you're talking to someone who's up 38,000 for the month. So I think I know what I'm doing. I mean, I still expected it to go up. Once this high was broken, it should have still gone up, but whatever. I think another mistake here is that didn't maybe should have would have waited for the 1 hour to close, or should have would have waited for the 30-minute to close before taking a second entry. So I think we could probably work on that a little bit. Considering the 4 hour is bearish, wouldn't that be a risky trade? I've taken all my trades when 4 hour bearish rate of opinion. Yeah, I mean the thing is, once you had, all right, let's take a look at this, right? So you had a support right here, and you had this candle going bearish, and then you had this 30-minute candle closing bullish right here, right? So when this 30-minute candle was closing bullish, I was expecting this candle to continue bullish as it's respecting the low of the previous candle, and for it to break the high of the previous candle as well, and then ultimately we could have a pre-New York starting to go up. But at the same time, now when I'm looking at it, it seems like we had a surge of volume after London Open, like right over here. This was like an hour and a half after London Open. We had a surge of volume. We had more volume. We had then a little bit of bearish volume here again, but then it stopped at the support. So maybe pre-New York is going to range. Maybe we're going to see volume in New York Open. Because now you start looking at the time, right? You start looking at time, you're like, okay, well, there's if pre-New York is ranging, then probably there's going to be volume in New York Open. If there's no volume in New York Open, then maybe there's going to be volume in NYC Open, right? So you start to look at things very logically that, okay, this is the time of volume. If this doesn't happen at this time, maybe it's going to happen at this time, you know? So then now you have chances to wait a little bit more. Would it not make sense to have kept your original position open as you would have still been in the trade as you wouldn't have hit stop loss yet? Yeah, that would have made sense, but at the same time, I'm really, really anal about keeping my losses small. I'm really anal about that, you know, and I basically pride myself on keeping my losses small. Um, because if I look at this week, this week I've taken one, two, three, four trades. I've taken four trades this week, right? No, one, two, three, four, five trades. Two losses and three wins. You know, all the wins have been like one win was 42 pips. Another win was what's this? 23 pips. One win last night was like 14 pips. You know, and I've lost 10 pips here, so it's no big deal because you got to manage your risk. See the 30-minute candle closed bearish. Yeah, I think it was a good idea to exit the trades because now price seems like it's just going to range over here. Ooh, someone had a winning trade over here. GJ, oh, sells earlier. Okay, makes sense. 30-minute candle closed bearish. Your entry candle was here and then TP was right here. Beautiful. So, see, kind of like the same thing happened here. Candle closed bearish at resistance. Next candle respected the high and started to go down. Over here too, candle closed bullish. We expected it to go up, but I guess it's going to start to break down here. Just looking for that. Don't want to go buys because, oh, let's take a look here. Is this an important area? Yes. Maybe. Want to see a solid close below entry would have been a break of the low of the candle from support. Yeah, see now about this area here to the left, I would say maybe this price here, 133, like 180, could affect price as it starts to come down, right? But ultimately, I would say that if this area was important, price would have reacted to that. I think this candle closing at this area was kind of like a reaction to this point here as well. I think this was a reaction to this point. But then when price started to come back up, it didn't really react to this area at all. So I'm probably going to keep this in the back of my mind. But since price is breaking down, I'm not trying to enter a third trade because I've already taken two trades, two losses. So I want to be very careful here because if price starts to break down, this is a hard support which was held in London and then held in pre-New York here as well before now price is breaking down. So I think a good opportunity would be to wait for price to break and then wait for some sort of like a retest, you know, because don't want to enter any more impulsive trades. Would you say for sells that would be clean traffic also? Yes, I would say so. I would say so. That would be clean traffic. Let's take a look at this chart. This is, oh, nice. My idea was that candle closing bearish to keep pushing down. Beautiful. Looks like someone won. See, the sell money is transferred. Some people take buys and they lose, and some people take sells and they win. The transfer of wealth. GP CAD. Break down to go down and break up to go up. Yes, makes sense. Wow, nice. Guys are in the sells over here. Beautiful. Yeah, it's also breaking down. So, like there's a chance price may start ranging here between 133, 160 and 133, 300. That's like about I think this is a 15 pip range. Yeah, 15 pip range. Can anyone explain why there is a Y behind my pairing? For example, my pairing would be, I googled it. Oh, I think that means you have an ECN account. That's what it is. What do you think about Sean Leo? I think we're very good friends, but he's playing hard to get. Um, I know, dude, it's hard. Just gotta ask yourself, would you rather lose 10 to 20 pips or lose the full 60? Yes, that's true. W w would I have rather lost 10 pips or would I have rather lost 5 pips on a trade? That's what you need to ask yourself. So I'd say I'd rather lose less. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is, oh, very nice. GBP NZD. Previous 4 candle failed to break through the zone resistance 2 p.m. Beautiful. You had a very nice trade here. This seems like it was a fake out. Price started creating resistance here. I think this was the last touch at resistance, and then boom, 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 started to come down. Which broker would you suggest for us Canadians? There are a bunch of brokers you can use. If you're in Canada, I think your best option if you want to do bank withdrawals is going to be, I'd say, Black Bull Markets. It's in my description there. For if you want to do like crypto in and out, if you want to do anonymous changes, I think it's going to be Traders Domain. It's all in my description there. Raja, are you ever scared that you will stop being a consistent trader? No, not really. It's not like I'm scared I'm gonna stop being a consistent trader. Like, I mean, if I take these 2 trades I took today and these are 2 losses, I'm like, that's okay. I think as long as I don't overtrade, I'm still gonna be consistent. But if I start over trading, if I start over risking, man, I mean, you can really, really let your losses go out of hand. Like I took these 2 losses, now I'm going to be extremely careful of the next trade that I take, or if I do like plan to take. Right now I have no plans to take another trade, so I'm going to be okay with that. But as long as I don't overtrade, as long as I don't over risk, I think I'm still going to be consistent. Your consistency is only hindered by your own actions, by your over trading, over risking. When you take a loss, you want to avenge that loss and you want to take another trade and then take another trade. The worst is, man, the worst is when you have money in the bank and you have opened a $2,000 account and you start playing with it, right? You start losing money and taking trades. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, you know, even if I lose $1,000, it's okay. I'm just gonna deposit more. It's no problem. Or when you have when you don't have money, then also you start risking more because now you start risking more out of frustration, right? Now you're like, okay, this move has to work, so I'm gonna risk a bit more on this move. And if it doesn't work, man, now you're back down in the hole. So it doesn't make sense either way. It doesn't matter if you have money or you don't have money. Market doesn't give a shit about your respect, your reputation, what you think, what you see. No. All you can do is manage risk. I think that's what I did today. Managed risk. Hey Raja, can you take a look at this EJ chart? All right. Let's take a look at this EJ chart. Someone said it feels like you're talking to me. Yeah, because I've been through that. I've been through that. And 90% people, we think the same way, we act the same way, we're all greedy. Human nature does not change. Does not change at all. We all think the same way, we all do the same action after we lose. It is what it is. I don't know what this guy is looking at. Now price is ranging as long as, oh, if it breaks the support, there's a clean traffic to go down. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I think if you get a price starting to break up, I think it could be another good opportunity to take a buy to go up. This could be a good idea. Taking a buy after a big rejection of a daily trend line around 134 was always high risk. Stack sells. Oh, okay. Have you heard about action threshold software? No, not really. How long it takes you to change your behavior? You can change your behavior from this exact second. You can do that, you know. It doesn't have to take you a day or a week or a month or a year to change your behaviors, man. You can change your behavior right now. Like right now, you can decide that, hey, you know what? I'm not going to overtrade, and you can just stick to that. There you go. Behavior changed. That's it. Um, yeah. When is the yellow trade button coming back? Someone messaged me yesterday. Um, See now, price is breaking down. It's a good thing I closed my buys. You know, if this was me 3 years ago, I would have held my buys. Some people are in sells. That's really awesome. Winning here. Ooh, wow, this thing is dropping. No FOMO. No FOMO, no FOMO. Just bob your head back and forth and just repeat to yourself, no FOMO. I will have no FOMO. Um, what do you think about Astro Accelerator program? Yeah, it's a big fugazi, man. That's the same thing as FTMO, but expensive. 4 hour. Oh, nice. You're in sells here on the 4 hour. Yeah, I think now it's dropping down. I think it's gonna come down and fill this wick here. It should do that. I'd want to see a minor resistance formed before I commit to sells. Until I don't see a minor resistance formed, I just can't take this trade. Either you practice proper risk management or stop trading, right? Yes, that's true. How many trades in one stock each day? One or two. What are the disadvantages of trading according to you? I don't know, if you're an impulsive trader or if you don't have any emotional control, you're gonna have a really, really bad life for at least a year, 2 years. Yeah. The main disadvantage is that sometimes, you'll be crawled up on the couch and crying. You're like, man, why is it not working for me, man? But the main thing is it's all about discipline, you know. It's all about discipline. Like right now, I saw this trade come down. I was in buys earlier on. I was expecting price to come up, but it didn't really go up. My risk for the day is around 15 pips. I've lost, 10 pips, so it's all good. Right, so I saw this price come down. So at this point, I'm just gonna wait for price to like do what it has to do, and then maybe create like a minor resistance for it to continue down. Because right now it's just creating a low over here. So one important thing I want to tell everybody is that when price is moving really fast, you want to just step away from it. When it's moving fast, you want to be like, oh shit, it's moving. Let's take sell. Let's do something. But no, you have to just sit back and you have to just relax. Let price do what it wants to do, let it act wildly, because then you have to wait. You're going to wait because, once the low is formed and once this impulsive move is done, then it's going to start creating like some sort of structure. And then you can start looking for sells. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start looking for sells here later on. So I'm waiting right now. Mentally, how do you stay stable overall when it comes to trading? I don't know, man. You see me right here. You see me right here on the video live, and I'm showing some. I don't know. It's just about like just start talking to yourself. When I used to trade alone, I used to talk to myself all the time. I'd be like, "Oh shit, Raja, look at that! It's dropping down," and then I'll say, "Yeah, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Let's just wait. Let's just wait. We gotta wait. We gotta wait." So just I think it's just like you just gotta talk to yourself. Can you explain the personal differences between Asian and pre-New York session? Yeah, Asian session has no volume and NY has a lot of volume. Traders don't know why GPUSD went up. The BOE insiders traded it up. Yes. Also with the US news yesterday. I'm in FTMO right now on my second try right now. I get to 105,000, then get into a huge losing streak, then I don't hit the profit target. So think about this. You've spent around $1,000 you have spent around $1,000 on a FTMO challenge. I think a better so now that's lost investment. That's straight $1,000 gone down the drain. You know, what you could have done is you could have bought like some sort of a mentorship program or some educational material, you know, and maybe you could have started to learn about emotional control in trading. You know, because once you start learning about emotional control in trading, you stop getting these big losing streaks. I mean, we have people here in the chat who have not lost twice the FTMO challenge, but they have lost 4 or 5 times the FTMO challenge. You know, and that happens because you have no education, you don't know how to control yourself. I mean, you start if when you take one loss, you start taking 10 losses. You know, so I mean, hey, you know, if you guys have a lot of money to throw around, that's awesome. You once said that the market will always give you 10 to 12 pips based on your experience. How often that 10 pips was achieved, but 12 did not manifest. I think you're overthinking over there. You're really, really overthinking. So I can't answer that question based on that. How many percentage of loss can we have a day to be a good management? Depends. Depends. What percentage are you comfortable with? Let's take a look at this chart. What's this? Entry at the break of the wick. Stops at break even. Oh, took partial profits at 10 pips. Left a runner. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's very good. Um, Brett Steenbarger is doing a great set of short YouTube videos on trading psychology right now. He also mentions self-talk. Yeah, I think self-talk is really important. I always talk to myself. What is the amount of trades per day you would recommend for a trader? My number of trades per day is 10 to 20 trades per day. My goal is 5 trades per day at the end of the year. Wow, man. If your goal is 5 trades at the end of the year, man, you can meet that goal today. You can start taking 5 trades today and be like, "Hey, I've met my goal today." Man, that is insane. Why would you want to put yourself through all that torture of 10 to 20 trades and then aim is 5 trades a day at the end of the year? It doesn't make any sense. You can just do that right now. Um, can swing traders risk more than scalpers? Ask this again to yourself. It's not gonna happen. What do you think about options trading rather than forex trading? I think options trading is banned in a lot of countries, so there you go. Boris Johnson is starting his speech at 12:30. Market should be volatile. Oh, okay. Half hour past. New York Open. We'll see what happens there. I mean, the one problem I have with taking 10 to 20 trades is the amount of time it's going to take for you to journal them. You know, like imagine if you're taking 20 trades, man, you're spending 3 hours journaling those 20 trades. Unreal. Don't even bother reading the dumb questions. I don't think there are any dumb. The only dumb questions are when someone says, "Are we in a trade?" I mean, there's no we. There's me, you, and them, and they. They don't want you to win. What do you think about last night volatility? The news was fake. Yeah, it was fake news, man. Last night, I mean, what do you mean? Trump says Trump gives the middle finger to China, and then Trump says, "Oh no 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 no, you guys read it all wrong," and price went straight back up. I mean, what kind of a manipulation is that? I'm pretty sure someone wanted to buy the dip over here. Pretty sure Ivanka Trump or one of the 10 kids he has, they were in a drawdown and they wanted to get in a better price. And Trump said, "All right, 1 minute, let me just send this tweet out real quick." And then they started buying. I live in India. Any suggestion for broker? I have no idea. I live in Canada. Maybe ask Modi. Um, all right. Can you comment on my chart, please? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look over here. Strategy, break and retest, prices in a clear downtrend, bearish structure, GJ at 30 minute. Okay, looks good. I think you can bring your stops down to break even now, to make it even more better. I just decided something, and that decision was based on my profits for today. So for this trading session, I'm up $101, $101.56, right? If I take a third trade, what's going to happen is if I take a third trade, my risk on that third trade is going to be at least $300. So if I lose that trade, then I'm going to be negative $200 for the day. But if I win that trade, I'm going to be positive. So now I have to decide that, okay, I'm positive right now, right? I'm positive right now. Do I really want to take a third trade to risk a loss, right? So I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm up $100 today. I think that's amazing. So I'm going to keep it that way. You just said you lost 500. Oh yeah, I lost 500 in the New York session, but combined with the Asian session with this trading day, we're up and up. Asian session is providing you bread for NY session. Yeah. How's the new PC? It's the same old PC. There's nothing new. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is, if there's a weak support formed, I'll take a sell when it breaks the low. Yeah, I think you could also take a sell once it starts forming a resistance. I'm gonna give my commentary on this, but I'm not gonna take a third trade because, yeah. This is some BS. My internet 600 Mbps. I'm getting downloads at kbps. Oh, that means the FBI is onto you. Yesterday was my biggest day in profits. Made $200. Beautiful. That is absolutely amazing. Imagine how many people lost that day. Stops placed above the breakout candle. Sell stop. Oh, you had a sell stop here. Perfect. Secured 14 pips here. Beautiful. Very, very, very nice. Looks like people owe me money here this week. Man, you guys have been learning about sell stops and buy stops and entries and exits. If 30-minute candle closed bearish, do you think is a good sell opportunity? Yeah, you know what? I mean, it could be, but let's see here. Right, your stop is going to be around 10, 12 pips. If I was watching this, what I would do is I would basically either wait for the 15-minute to break the low right over here below like 133, 180, or I would wait to see if there's a bearish candle forming in this area for us to continue down towards 133, 150 and eventually start coming further down. This week I started market liquidity and awesome information, but I realized you can find price action in weekly. How? Yeah, it makes sense. If GJ created resistance here, will you choose to sell? I will not choose to sell, but I will anticipate it to continue down. If this candle closes bearish below this resistance, would sells be valid? Or are we waiting for resistance? I think this is previous chart. Yeah, I mean, now we're just looking to see if it forms some sort of a resistance here or breaks the low right over here to continue down. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is UJ. If price breaks below, should be a clean move down. I agree with that. And this is all consolidation. I agree with that as well. I think US 30 is trying to make a move bullish towards 26,420. I think that's like 100 points away. Let's take a look at this chart. This is your JPY. High was made. News was good for euro. Sells will happen if we break below. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Look for buys above this area. Let's take a look at your JPY here. 30 minute. Oh yeah, this thing is just ranging. If we streamline this zone, make it a little bit cleaner and neater, like this. Yep, that would make sense. This was the high that was created at 121. This is around 20 in a 22, 21 pip range. So yeah, I mean, if it starts creating some sort of a bullish candles there, then there's an opportunity for price to continue moving bullish. So I think that's correct. So good to be sponsored by Hugo's Way and sponsored by Coca-Cola, sponsored by Rani Juice. Such an amazing feeling. You know, when you got all these brands sponsoring you. Coca-Cola sent me a cheap pink shirt to wear. Awesome. What's this? Gold sell. Let's take a look at this gold sell. This is sell stop to anticipate when breaks below support. Yeah, makes sense. I think you have a problem right over here. I think you may need to sell below this area here. Wow, look at this move, man. Look at that rejection from that support. We were right. Now, 15-minute fake out. No, it's not a fake out until it doesn't happen, you know. If this candle starts closing above this support, then you can say this is a fake out. And then you can say, okay, we faked out to the downside. It couldn't maintain its move to the downside. Then now if it's closing back above, let's say 133, 300, then you could say, okay, now price has a higher probability to continue to the upside. I think that's going to be a very, very good price action commentary. Let's take a look at this chart here. Wrong chart, man. God damn. Wrong chart. Why? Why do you guys do this to me? Okay, UJ, wait for retest before taking sells. I think you can also draw support right over here where price is right now, and then try to take sells below that. Oh, look at GPJPY. It's coming back up in this range, slowly. Someone asked, any trades have been taken till now? I don't know how to answer that. Don't enter any trades, wait for 30 minutes to close. Yes, wait, please. What is my projection for US 30? I think my projection for US 30 currently, based on the candles right now, is bullish to go up towards 26,420. Raja don't even know that price is just testing that order block. Oh yeah, I don't know what order blocks are. You know, there's nothing to laugh about. Just like how I laugh at people who don't know what price action is. So, come on, man, don't bully me right now. Yeah, I don't know what order blocks are really. I think the like the most important thing is for you to send a chart. For you to send a chart with your order block information on it, I think that's gonna help all of us instead of just commenting, right? Can you take so can't I say this is a support, right? This was support, right? Like I drew this zone before even price came down here, and then it bounced up. And then someone says, "Oh, it's bouncing up because there's an order block after it bounced up," you know? So I mean, I don't know. Should have said something while it was moving down. Hey, Raja, there's an order block at 133, 150, and price will bounce up from there. Should have said that before rather than saying, oh, it's bouncing because there's an order block. No, it doesn't work like that. Let's take a look at this chart here. You know why it's most important to just follow one pair? It's important to follow one pair is because then you start understanding it more. You start to really like, start focusing on its price action, where is it going, why it's moving, and all that stuff. What's this here? Tokyo, support, Tokyo, I'm waiting for a break out, up or down. Oh, okay. This makes sense. This makes sense. Yeah, see, so now we're following GJ here. If GJ starts closing, oh, actually, look at this 30-minute candle. Wow, it's crazy, right? So if we see it bearish candle closing at this point, I think that would be an opportunity for price to continue moving down. But if it closes back in the range, then this move down was a fake out and we can start going back up. So I'm going to play this as if I was going to take a trade, so I'm not taking a trade right now. What's this chart? This is buys above this mini resistance 53 pip range. Yep, I think it's pretty good. I think it's good. I also think that if you can find some sort of a support being formed within this range, I think you could have a opportunity for price to continue going up. My motto is if you can't stick with a pair during its bad time, you don't deserve its good time. That is absolutely correct. If you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. That's what girls say, right? I think men should also say that too. Cause what's this? He has a big mouth on the web. Oh, I'm interested to see how the market reacts to the nonsense that comes out of our PM's mouth. Yeah, I think that's going to be very interesting. I think that's going to happen in the next hour, right? That's what the time difference is. Would you consider any 5-minute bearish candle formations to take a trade on GJ here? No, no, not really. I very, very rarely look at the 5-minute confirmations. Extreme. The only time I'm going to look at the 5-minute is going to be when I'm looking to close out from a loss. That's the only reason I'm going to look at the 5-minute because I'm very impatient with my losses, man. When price is going in a drawdown, I'm extremely impatient. I just want to know no part of that at all, man. No. I've taken a lot of losses. It's just no. Now when price goes in drawdown, no sir, I'm getting out of it. Even if it goes my way, I just don't want to be in drawdown at all. I think that's the key to keeping your losses small. Just be very, I mean, man, listen, most people here are, they're very impatient with their trades, when they go in profits. You want to close small profits, but you let your losses run. It has to be the opposite. Develop this, develop this instinct to really make, make, a make a conscious effort to close losses. Make a conscious effort of that. Just close losses. Be very impatient. Someone said this is one-on-one marketing. Oh, one-on-one marketing. Oh, okay. This is marketing for you to scam the markets here. That's what the marketing is here. trying to scam the markets, trying to brainwash people in becoming a better trader. All right, let's take a look at this chart. When the 4-hour closes bearish in 90 minutes, stronger likelihood for it to drop as we are at strong retest and break. Yeah, that's a very good idea, but based on the smaller time frames, we see that this move down was a fake out because now you have this candle coming back up in the range, you know. So whenever you have a fake out, so let's just do this, right? This is a very, very good example of a fake out. This is a textbook example of a fake out. You had support here, you had resistance here. Price tried breaking up here, didn't break up. Candle closed at same spot, closed same spot. Tried breaking the high, closed back in the range. And then it broke down support, right? It broke below the support. Next candle went up. This candle had to do a retest to continue moving down, but this candle went back in the range. Now, if this candle closes back in the range, there's a very, very high probability that price will break out of the range above 133,400. You know, 133,400, 133,450. Because if price couldn't maintain its move bearish, there's a very high chance it's most likely to maintain its move bullish. So that's how you look at fake outs. I mean, if there's an order block somewhere, then sure, why not? There's an order block, but that's just what I see before things even happening. You know, so that's a trick. The trick is to map things out before they even happen. Because once you can do that over and over again, and once you can map out things that don't happen yet, but they do happen, unconsciously you're just developing your own intuition with price. Um, oh, it looks like people are fighting over here. People are fighting on order blocks. I mean, don't people understand? I don't care about order blocks. That's fine. It's not the stop loss function of the structure. Why would? Oh, I don't know. See, I'm not a very smart person. You know, I'm not a smart guy. I started learning about order blocks. I started learning about, like Bollinger Bands and Fibonacci's, and I started learning about everything. And I just couldn't comprehend that stuff. I just couldn't really understand it. It was just so difficult for me to really understand those complicated things. I mean, I would say, well, is this an order block? And someone would say, no, it's not an order block. Then I would say, well, how come this is an order block? They say, well, this. I'm like, yeah, it makes no sense to me. So I just stuck with something that really, really made sense. And, and one thing that stood out to me was that if price cannot maintain its move below a consolidation, there's a very high chance it's going to maintain its move above consolidation.
Good morning, Rakeel.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, is that one of the reasons why you don't really incorporate, let's say, fundamentals into your trading, and you're just more so on the technical side of the things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wondered because I always, you always mention about technicals and don't really talk about fundamentals. So you kind of explained it too.
Yeah, it's good to keep fundamentals in the back of your head, but if I'm going to be executing on the trade, it never even crosses my mind of what's happening in the fundamental arena.
Because I always thought it was kind of important, though. Like, just always, like you said, keep it in the back of your mind and just,
Yeah,
because obviously you don't want to be taking trades while there's news around, right?
yeah,
That'll definitely mess you up too. It kind of messed me up too when you look at the technicals and then you don't look at the fundamentals, and then fundamentals happen and you have the technical reaction happening. So
yeah, exactly. Like I approach my trading approach is really simple. Like price is either going to go up, it's going to go down. Just manage your risk and repeat it every day. That's it. It's That's it. Like I took two
Yeah.
losses and I'm like, okay, you know what? My trading day is done. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. So
Okay, cool. Thanks.
yeah, no worries. Let's take a look at this chart here. Can you take a look at this chart? Fake out only if candle close back in the range, liquidity grab, expect a stronger breakout to retest the high. Yeah, I think we're gonna go up to retest the high later on in the New York session. 100%. Could that move down be a fake out? Yes, this move down was a fake out. Your JPY is also showing its true colors now to move bullish. We have NY Open coming in 20 minutes. So I think with NY Open coming in 20 minutes, there's going to be a high probability for your JPY to continue moving towards 121.070. And also with NY Open coming in for GPJPY, I think since it's closing back above 133.300, I think there's going to be a good probability for price to break above 133.450 and continue moving bullish. So I think it's going to be very important. Do you use EMAs? No, I don't use EMAs. I had a hard time with Fibonacci. Oh, you're not alone. I had a hard time with that as well. So I stopped it. Boris announced 2-meter rule to 1 meter, good for economy and business. I think that's pretty good. They should reduce that 2 meter to 1 meter. I was in the bank yesterday and we were making these big lines. They were making us stand 2 meters apart. And I'm like, man, can't wait for the day when we can stand at least 6 inches apart. No, it's too close. Um, Maybe, yeah, 1 meter is pretty good. 6 inches becomes way too close. Would you place a pending order here, or what specific confirmation would you wait for on the buy? That's a very, very good question. If I'm going to be looking for buys, my stop is going to be below this 15-minute candle, which is going to be around, 133.279. Because now this was support held before London Open, support held, and then support was held in pre-New York, and then later on price broke below before NY Open and now came back. So now this support is still valid. So I think if you're going to be taking buys, if like aggressive buys are going to be within this range. Your stop is going to be around, like 10, 11 pips here, and you're anticipating price to break above 133, 440, 450, and then continue moving bullish. Based on the fact that we had a fake out before, so now price, if it couldn't maintain its bearish move, it should maintain its bullish move going up. And that volume now, at the same time, we have this minor resistance here. So now you got to look at the time and say that, okay, when will this minor resistance get broken? In the time of volume. So next session is New York Open. So let's see if that really happens. Hey Raja, I still think it's going bearish. Okay, that's fine. I think it needs to break below 133,300 to go bearish again. But if you think it's going to go bearish based on this information you have, then I guess then yeah, for sure. Is Traders Domain an actual good broker? Yes, they have low spreads, but it's everything else such as withdrawals. I've used Traders Domain. I still use them. Deposits. I mean, since it's a crypto in and out broker, deposits take around like less than 24 hours. Withdrawals also take like less than 24 hours. Pretty quick. Also, they have MT5, so that's also pretty good. MT5 is pretty solid. Don't delete YouTube videos. I'm Brazilian. It takes me a long time to translate. Oh, okay. Man, you know what's amazing? How YouTube just automatically translates videos. It's pretty amazing. I still think we're going to start breaking up over here. I think this could be a good target back at 133,620. right? This is a smaller target in this bigger range. So this is, let's say if this is a 35 pip range, I think it's a very good target, like 18 to 20 pips. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Euro USD 30-minute chart. Break above, wait, retest probably an NY range. Yeah, I think first thing you need to identify is that where's your stop loss. I think a good stop is going to be below this current candle here, and then you can anticipate the NY open volume to start pushing price up. Something's what's happening on GPJPY. So I know some people took buys while price was in here, having a stop below the 15-minute candle, and now they're really anticipating price to break above this area and continue moving up. It's pretty good. Joint session with Daniel Savage. Joint session like what? Like joint as in the marijuana? That joint or marijuana?
If this trend keeps going bullish, what point do you think is the buying point? Above the wick, which is around 480?
Yeah, I mean, just I mentioned before buying, you need to identify where the stop loss is going to be, right? So good stop is going to be around 133.270. So over here was a very good entry here when the stop was around 10, 11 pips, right? But now when you start looking at entries over here or above here, now your stop starts to get bigger and bigger. So the first important step is to identify where the stop is going to be.
Yeah, you may have to go into the hour for a second, Raja, on that. And I'll help out a bit. The issue that we have right now is this is a huge zone. So what you may find is you need the next candle to pull back a bit, and then that, and then this becomes your new stop loss, and then you're out of this zone here. That's what's happening with this candle right now, is we're starting to leave that area, and then obviously our target is up here, but you might find in the next hour this candle pulls down a bit, and then you can continue to go up. So I'd be patient with this. Don't be too impulsive, because this was a huge liquidity zone that was grabbed, and you can see from the rejection. But then if you look at this section over here, you can see that it'll probably mirror over here somewhere too. So wait to see something formed over here, but more importantly, away from this area. More than likely you'll get something over here, and then from that point you can move your stop there, and then you should be able to go up. If we don't get that and it just continues up, I mean, there's nothing you can do with that. Like, you just have to let it go. And if you're looking at US 30, it looks like there's a resistance at like 26,356, like 350s area. It's going to be very hard to trade US 30 today. The idea that I have actually is, if you look at the daily had a massive rejection. So to me, that could then push us up essentially back up to 26,950 around there. if you're looking to trade US 30. I just don't know how today's candle is going to work. The Dow is the Dow futures is about 250 points right now up. I don't know if that's enough for it to push the US 30 all the way up to 947. That's a 600 pip move or 600 point move today. I don't know if we have that, so you might find there might be a pullback. The thing that gives me a little bit of confidence is we had that major rejection on the daily because of what Trump's advisor said or whatever, and then it got reversed. So that's where it created that liquidity and that tail. So that leads me to believe that there's a lot of momentum to go to the upside. I just find it difficult because we don't have the same correlation in the futures market. Like if the futures market was up 500 points, 600 points, then I could say taking a buy with US 30 would be very easy because you'd be going right through 26,350 all the way to 26,950. But I think it's going to be a pretty choppy road today, so just be mindful of that. But the liquidity that was grabbed on the daily candle, that has to go somewhere. So when you think about it too, I think 26,947, 26,950 is a very strong level to get up to at that point.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really hard to trade US 30 today, to be honest. I grabbed some buy this morning pre-London, and I held it for about 60 point, but was a little bit risky, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had known that. Well, I mean, I sort of did, but I wish I had taken buys during the Asian session. Like I had the sells when the sells dropped, but I wish I had taken buys during the Asian session. But we didn't find out when US 30 reversed. We didn't find out why it reversed until Trump had tweeted. So it looks like everyone pulled back at that point.
Yeah, I mean, those kind of moves are so dangerous.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to try to enter on those moves.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a really strong resistance right now that we're at on the higher time frames at like 26,350s, like in this area that we're coming to right now. So I'm gonna watch the next hour, maybe 9:30 as well. I want to see how this reacts. I mean, if we can bump up into the next area, like from 26,350, we can probably get to 26,950 eventually, because you can see on the higher time frames we did push through that area. It's just right now we're stuck. There was a lot of movement back and forth, so I don't know how the market's going to react today. Sells were stopping. Well, not necessarily. What my intention was yesterday with the sells on US 30 was, from a technical standpoint, the Asian session got their reaction. So what I was thinking is, if that US, and this is something that you can think of when you're doing your trading in general, is that reaction to the market, if that was true, that the US was pulling out of the China deal or whatever, that the Asian market has reacted to it, and then what happens is the market will drive back so that the London session and the New York session could then react. So what I'm thinking here is a similar scenario. So the London session reacted to the news for obviously the reversal and saying that the trade deal is still on. So I have a feeling that the the North American session, or even the New York stock market open, you may get a bit of a pullback, and then it may rally the rest of the day, because right now we're at a pretty high level, and in the Asian and London session pushed that up without having the North American session being able to react to the news. So I think you might get a bit of a dip, and then you might get a continued push through. That's where I sort of see potentially US 30 going, especially at the New York Stock Exchange open, because now there's all that news that has to be absorbed into the market. So if you're going to trade US 30, I think your best bet is to sit around going to I would say around 9:30 Eastern. So in an hour and a half, I'd be looking at US 30 at that point, catch a nice move with the volume push into the market, and then leave for the rest of the day. That's where you need to be.
All right, we got 6 minutes left for the NY Open here. Looks like your JPY is doing the same bullish pattern here to come up towards 121. Looks like JPY is doing the same thing on a 30-minute candle here. So maybe the next one is going to be the one that will take price up to 133,620. Oh, have a good day, Jason. Thank you, thank you. I'm new here. First, thanks for your live information. How often do you do live? Every day. Every day we go live. Got 4 minutes. Yeah, this was the news right here. Peter Navarro declares trade deal between Trump and China is over. Who is this guy anyway? Why did he do that? And then Trump came on. No, 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 no. Is he on Trump's cabinet?
Yeah, he's an advisor. It was funny because yesterday I knew Trump was going to come back and say that. I just thought he was going to come back this morning and say it to drive the market back up the other way. That would have been the ultimate move, is if he had let the market keep tanking and then come in this morning, we would have grabbed that whole move back up. But he did it so fast, it was a pain in the ass. But I knew he was going to come in and say it. There's no way he's letting the stock market tank. Throughout the election period, there's no way he's going to do everything in his power to keep the stock market pushing, because this is one of his biggest platforms when it comes to debates and it comes for people for gathering votes. Because if the stock market crashes, he's in a whole world of hurt.
More agricultural products, which
Yeah, I think that's one thing he really prides himself in.
Yeah.
Has market oh yeah, this is 3,000 mark almost. Well, you gotta hand it to Trump. During this coronavirus, market fell all the way down to 18,000.
Yeah.
And now it's recovering back to 29. Can you check your USD? I'm seeing a sell. I think you need to send a chart. Can you speak on your psychology when you first started to trade full time? Yeah, I've done a lot of podcasts. You can find them. You can find that on my profile. I talk all about my psychology. Would a buy stop at 133,500 be a good idea, breaking the high of all the recent wicks and the high of this current 30-minute candle, confirming bullish momentum? 133,500. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. I think that could be a good idea. 133,500. And then you're expecting price to continue up to this area here. It's pretty good.
You just pushing nicely to this downside.
Yeah. What's this? GJ 30-minute. If 30-minute candle closes above, we'll execute buys with stops at 133,425. Yeah. That makes sense. Like right now, when we look at it, it's now it's ranging. Now it's ranging even after that fake out. So man, who knows? It's pretty hard right now.
And
The only
that's why we wait.
yeah. How you close all positions on MT5 though? Um, Either you can do that by magic keys, or you can close them one by one.
Yeah, if you need to close positions on MT4, MT5, like half positions, when you have your position open, click on modify, like right click the position and click modify, and then go to instant execution and enter in the volume that you want to close. So if you have a 5 lot trade open, and you go to instant execution after you modify, don't go to pending because it'll create another order for you, but you go to instant execution and you click and then you input the lot. So you input like 2.5 or 2, it'll close 2 lots out of that trade. These are things that you would know if you just looked on the MetaQuote site. Do you use a big stop on US 30? No, I work off the smaller time frames.
If the price also continues to go in. Well, if you've seen this happen most times and it happens in your favor, I think that's pretty good then. You've identified something that works and it has a positive outcome, so that's pretty good. And as you can see now here, this is the start of the NY Open right now. 15-minute candle closed like a doji, which doesn't really make sense because it's basically nothing really happened at that time. 30-minute candle also closed bullish, which gives more confirmation for this current 30-minute candle to maybe pass through this minor zone here, because these minor zones are only broken when like when you have times of volume. So this is the time when there's volume in the market. I think a better indication would be to wait for price to break above 133, 500, or even on the 15-minute. You'd want this candle to maybe close bullish and then take more confident buys to continue bullish.
Roger, that bottom area, that area that we're at right now is a wick on the 4 hour, like the bottom wick on the 4 hour. So that's why we're kind of struggling.
Yeah.
To the left.
Yeah, I still think we should continue moving bullish here. Yeah, I think it should continue moving up. I mean, I know some people are in buys. Your stops were down over here. I think you can bring your stops below this 15-minute candle around, like, I'd say safe 133, 340, and then expect it to continue moving bullish towards, like 600, 620. I think that's going to be a pretty good move after that big fake out.
Now, when you say that, is something fishy because I know you're in this trade right now.
I'm not in this trade. Promise. No. I'm just being a spectator today.
I definitely would love to see a close above the wick, so.
Yeah,
Because look how many times it's rejected, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna go up. Like, you gotta see, this is the time when there's volume in the market, right?
Yeah.
So it will only reject when there's less volume. So when there's more volume in the market, then it doesn't make sense for it to reject.
Okay.
This is my first time sending a chart. Oh, let's take a look here. Long time listener, first time caller. This is GPJPY, rejection of the horizontal resistance line. We can enter the sell position with stop loss above the horizontal. But there's no, but There's no confirmation for sells. There's literally no confirm, like all candles are bullish. How are you taking sells? It's very difficult. Ooh, your JPY is also pushing up. US 30 is consolidating to maybe continue pushing up as well. Who knows? US 30 is extremely difficult. Ooh, someone's buy stop got activated. We'll see. If a buy stop gets activated around here, I think your stop should be at like 133, 350. I'd say like 340 to be safe. Can we take GU moving up to the previous high? I think you need to send a chart. Ooh, someone already sent a chart on GU here. Let's take a look. This is buys. Wait for candle to close with 30 minutes. Very nice. It's beautiful. It's working out. And GJ is on its way now. Amazing. It should come to 133,620. Um, do you think trading live in front of thousands is changing your trading style thinking? No, not really. I think it's making it better. I'm not over trading, I'm not over risking, I'm being confident in my analysis, I'm being very patient, I'm being extremely disciplined. So I think it's working in my favor. Because since you have a lot of people watching, there's a lot of eyes, good and bad eyes. Good and bad eyes. So you gotta be very careful. Do you think gold will break that major resistance at 1764? I think so. It should. I mean, it's just starting to go bullish here now. Let's take a look at gold here for a little bit. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is very hard to trade, first of all. Spreads are higher, stop losses are bigger based on the high spreads. It's just very difficult. But I do think it's bullish. I do think it should come up to first 1760 and ultimately to 1763. What's your thoughts on trading without a stop? Don't do that. What's your advice on keeping hold of profits? Just secure profits when you think you should be securing profits. Raja, do you think the 4-hour GJ candle gives confluence to the bullish move? I think it does. I was looking at the 4-hour, and I mean the way it's pulling up, the way it's rejecting, and then you look at the 1-hour, the way the 1-hour made this big rejection, and now this New York Open is starting to go up. So I think it makes sense for it to continue pushing up. The 30-minute candle is also pushing up. The 15-minute candle is also pushing up, especially after we had this big fake out here. So I think it's pretty good. Has your recent home purchase affected your trading psychology? No, not really. I mean, maybe it has because I really lowered down my risk. I went from 10 lots to 2 lots. Now it's time to come back up again. When did you start trading? Oh, when I was 4 years old. So as you can see now, GJ is coming up to the target over here, which is going to be around 133,600. I'm pretty sure a lot of people took the same trade. Took these buys here to continue to go up. I think this 1 hour is looking exactly like how Ted drew it as well. The next one is gonna push down, liquidity grab, and boom. I never took your class, but you don't know how much you've learned from the lives. Oh, beautiful. As you move in the shadow of the valley of death, Gigi's approaching target and there's nothing left. Yeah, I think that was a beautiful move.
Yeah, stress-free trade. Yep.
Yeah. See, if you guys on YouTube, if you caught this trade or if you enjoyed the commentary, just give a like on the stream because it helps the YouTube algo to send it to a lot of people. You know, I think this was a very good, cool trade. Stop loss was identified, take profit was identified, even though it didn't reach the take profit at 133,600 yet. But you still should have grabbed at least 10, 11, 12 pips, at least. So it's pretty good.
Hey Ted, do you grab that buy on US 30 right now?
I was looking at it, but I don't trust it yet. I saw that happen too because the 15-minute candles created support.
Yeah.
I thought about it, so let's put it that way. I might see in the next 15-minute candle how we go. If indeed it makes sense to do it, it's just something about it. But I do like the idea of it going all the way up.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, US 30 should easily hit 450, 447 if it continues bullish. That's an easy target. But I don't know. Just a little sketch.
I'm gonna try to hold it. I'm at break even right now.
Okay.
But it's only 20 points, so it may reverse all the way down to consolidation.
Yeah, that's sort of the problem that you look at, right?
It should come up to 26,400. 420, 430.
Yeah, it's just you know what happens is you get this impulse move like this on the 15-minute candle, and then it'll just pull all the way back to that like support area at 23 or 26,350. Like it'll rip all the way back. That's the biggest problem with US 30. Like you literally, when you're trading US 30, you're riding a bull. Because I mean, I'll trade like a 25 lot. When I trade 50 lot on US 30, oh man, that gets your blood moving. Because I mean, a 10-point move is basically minus 5,000 instantly, and 10 points on US 30 is like seconds.
Is there a way to recognize fake outs? Nope. There's no way to do that. A fake out is there to fake you out.
I think patience comes to play when it comes to fake outs, so because some people are willing to just go into the trade and not, wait it out, and then they call it a fade out, quote unquote.
Yep. Can Kervin take over the Zoom stream when you get off, Raja? Kervin, can you narrate in YCO? Well, it's up to him. I mean, maybe Kervin would take some tacos as down payment. Who knows? All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is from the Gulag. Oh, wrong chart from the Gulag. God damn, you got me. Wrong chart. Hey, worked on GU2. Thanks. Oh, let's take a look at this. This is, oh nice, sells if it close above the range. Oh nice, man. You had a very nice move here. TP reached. Beautiful. I still think US 30 will come up here to this main area here.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
GJ will come up towards 133,600 here. 100%. No doubt in my mind. Oh, wow, what a move here. What a fake out here. What a cleanly devised fake out. Do you ever cut a second trade early to cover the losses of the first, or always completely independent? It's always completely independent. Oh wow.
God damn, US 30 still pushing, man.
Yeah, man. Wow, you can really dance. Wow.
I'm gonna close
You can really
50%.
dance. Yeah, that was pretty nice. Very nice moves on US 30, nice moves on GPJPY. I mean, overall, played perfect. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is, ooh, very nice. Price simply stepping up over and over, start to consolidate. Beautiful. First trade of the week, and man, it's just running. Wow, very nice. So you see that fake out idea I had, that fake out thing, it worked out perfect. Perfectly it worked out. You know, so this is some things I used to lose at all the time. I would always figure out that, okay, why is this happening? Then why is this happening? And I start to look at this over past, you know, like a long time, started looking for a very long time, and then start to conclude that, oh, okay, these are probably fake outs. Some may say, oh no, you idiot, that's an auto block. Okay, fine. But I just do things that make sense to me, and I think it made perfect sense here. So yeah, I guess it worked out here pretty good. When you place a trade, do you keep an eye on the whole time, or do you go off it? I just go off it. I don't even look at it for the most part. I'm only looking at the price right here. I'm looking at the price because I'm looking at the price to know when should I be exiting and when should I be cutting my losses. That's why I'm looking at the price. So I guess this highlight is going to be of me losing 2 trades and then doing an analysis for the fake out. I think that's what the highlight is going to be. This stream is gold. I'm earning while I learn, but I look forward to submitting my first chart in the not so distant future. Hey, you can send your first chart right now. And if you look at your JPY also did exactly how we predicted what it's going to do. Come up to retest the high at 121.080. Dude, I just got followed by a page that says Wix don't like horse. Yeah, that guy is trying to sell my webinar, which is like 2 years old. It's just crazy world out there. When do you exist? Cut your losses. What do you look for? Well, I exist every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, and I cut losses when price starts going against me. If the last candle closed bullish, that means it continues going up. I think if you had entries somewhere at 133.440 or around 133.370 when I was pointing it out, I think those were really good entries which you can let them run with stops at break even. But if you had entries somewhere over here, then I mean, gets pretty hard, right? So those are bad entries. These were good entries right here or even right here. Canadian brother, take a look at this. I know you don't look at indicators, but they've been helping me tremendously. All right, let's take a look at this. We got golden cell zone. We can see price had formed a lower low and looks to be forming a newer lower low at previous support and resistance. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty good. What's this? Your JPY. Strong bullish candle, broke above previous resistance, entered position, price retested. Very nice. Beautiful.
What was the confirmation on that entry?
I think it was.
Mine was the break of that bearish high.
Yeah, I
So
think
we
it
got
was.
RR.
I think it was based on the fact that once this candle broke this minor resistance, then this candle did type of a retest. So the risk was that as long as price stays above the low of the previous candle, which did a retest, it should be a good trade. I think he kept in mind that if the entry was taken at the break of the high, the stop would have been much bigger and the reward would have been much smaller.
That's what I'm facing.
Yeah, so I think the risk was taken earlier on, so that stop is the same but smaller, and the reward is also the same but much bigger. He's also a police officer, so he's pretty brave. I don't think it works that way, but it's pretty good. Have to learn to trust my analysis and do that 10 pips. I'm always closing before and putting stops to break even, still having profits, but I have to learn. Yeah, I think sometimes you guys put stops at break even way too early. You know, I'm not putting stops at break even unless I'm securing profits. You know, once I secure profits, then I put stops at break even. Then I'm like, okay, now I can put stops at break even. I will donate $500 if Raja stops this goddamn noise. Ta te ta. I don't know what you're talking about. This ta te ta, like that. Is there anything we can take from GJ current 4-hour makeup? No, not really. Nothing. I mean, it went down, it went up. I mean, it's just pretty confusing. It's really hard to really tell what 4-hour was trying to do because I mean, you could say it came down, tapped in these big zones, and there were wicks there. I mean, it's just very hard to explain. The easiest way I can explain it is based on the 30-minute chart, where candles started to come down, break the support. It couldn't break the support, go down to 15-minute. There was a fake out here, and then start price starting to come up. But if you look on the 4-hour, 4-hour just looks like a big candle coming down and making a wick. But on the small time frames, you actually see market structure. You see candle movements, candle structure. Market structure is perfect here, so. It makes sense based on the small time frames. IC Markets closed my buy stop. Yes, IC Markets used to be a really good broker, man. Like I used IC Markets for the first 2 years I traded. Amazing broker. And then I don't know, they started falling off their tracks.
I have no complaint.
Kevon's with IC Markets too.
Yep.
I'm trying to get some feedback. Okay, let's take a look at this. All right. Euro GBP 30-minute pin bar rejection, previous high resistance level. So you're looking for sells, or you're in sells, or or why or you're looking for buys? I mean, I just don't understand this chart. You got your, from what I assume is you got your thing reversed. So you're looking for, it makes no sense at all. How would you indicate where your USD may push up and stop at? I think you need to send a chart, just like Mr. M. Renzi here sent a chart on some mystery pair. Let's take a look at this. Oh, wrong chart, man. Got me again today. Why do you think you didn't trade your own analysis? The reason I didn't trade my own analysis was because I was up $100 for today, for this trading session, no, for this trading day. And if I would have taken a third trade, I would have been risking at least $400 to $500, you know, and then if it would have hit my stop loss, I would have been in negative for the day, and then I would have felt bad, you know. So maybe that's why I didn't take a third trade. I mean, if I would have only taken one trade here, then I would have taken the second trade as a buy right over here. But I didn't, so I didn't. What about just Forex broker? I have no idea what that is. I have been following this stream for a month now, and I'm able to clearly identify minor, major rejection and resistance. This has really made me profitable. Thanks, Wicks Don't Lie and Uncle Ted. Well, you're welcome. Imagine what's going to happen in microfluidity. Anybody know of a good profit tracker to track percentage of gains or losses on the account? If you have Magic Keys, it has its own thing over there. Or what you can do is you can just create your own Excel sheet. Yeah, there you go. You can create your own Excel sheet, and you can go with that. Or you can put it on MyFX book, make it private, and you can like track your progress there too. Are my zones plotted properly? Yes. Yes, they are. They are plotted properly. I really have to understand that 10 to 12 is a really good move. I'm always anticipating way too big moves and waiting for the wonder trade of 1 million pips. But I'm working on it. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people, they focus on 50 pip moves, 100 pip moves, but you really have to identify that, hey, listen, you will always get 10 to 12 pip moves all the time. All the time you will get those moves, you know, and rarely you will get those 100 pip moves. It's rare. For me, it's very rare, man. It's not every day I get 100 pip moves. Like people who post they get 100 pip moves, I'd love to see them do it live. You know, call it out live. I'd love to see that. But you cannot get 100 pip moves every day. I can argue with this the whole day. You just can't. Every day, that's not realistic. Never ever that happens. How can I improve my patience in trades? Just take 1 to 2 trades. 1 to 2 trades. My first chart. All right, let's take a look at this first chart over here. I'm getting kind of hungry here too. Oh, wrong chart. Hi Raja, took my first trade this morning pre-London with my new Magic Keys. A win, thanks. Oh, beautiful. Type any 3 random numbers, then type new cases after in Google. Yeah, we can't do that on the stream because YouTube is not that friendly. And as you can see, if you took profits up over here, you're probably laughing. You're probably like, oh yeah, thank God I took profits. Thank God I listened to these retards on the stream and took profits. Because now look what's going on. GJ retracement.
Back in the range.
Back in the range.
Fake out.
Yeah, a double fake out. Oh, dang it. Your JPY also rejected that resistance. Well,
my luck with runners is not good. I'm just gonna close 100% from now on, I think.
Well, you never know. I used to think the same way. You know, if I take 20 trades, 18, 17 trades will always end up at break even. You know, well, the runners will always end up at break even. But that one or two trades that does run, man, that just runs 100 pips, 120, 130 pips. There's no technical analysis when it's like this. It's just gamble. Yes, this is, and this, my dear children, is what we call a fake out. No, my dear children, this is a fake out. This atrocity right here. This was a manipulation fake out. That's some crazy shit that happened last night. GJ has been making me 100 pips a day easily, buys and sells. It's not that it's hard, just to look at the 5-minute chart. If the body closed above the previous wick, it's a buy, vice versa. Oh, nice. I've been trading for 2 years now, and I've been studying since that. I often cash these trades, but oftentimes it gets difficult to hit TP. It wasn't an order block. No, oh, it was an order block here, but not a fake out. Oh, okay. Makes sense. What percentage are you taking off when you close your trades? Around 50 to 70%. Can you have a look at this chart? Let's take a look. Wrong chart. So Raja, mathematically, shouldn't the probability of a runner working out be the percentage of volume we leave to run in a trade? No, the amount of volume you let a runner run has no effect on the probability of it continuing moving bullish. That's like saying, oh, I have a 10 lot open, price should go in my favor. And it doesn't work like that. So you need to maybe read the question twice. Because you asked that the probability of a runner working out should be the percentage of volume we leave to run in a trade. So a runner should work out based on the position you leave running. It's not the case. Can we anticipate that there may be a huge breakout move at NY close as the dual fakeout provide a lot of liquidity for GJ? I have no idea. It could. I mean, if you look on the 4 hour, let's take a look on the 4 hour here. 4 hours rejecting is probably closing in 30 minutes, so we'll have to wait for 30-minute close. 1 hour is also closing in 30 minutes, so we'll have to wait for it to close. I mean, you have the support here. If price closes below the support, then it's going to go down. If it stays above this resistance here at 133.420, then it's going to continue moving bullish, right? Some of these guys should realize they've got 2 years for listening. Oh, it's Gulag. If it runs 10% of the time, I should leave 10% of volume is what I was trying to say. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense too. Oh, nice. Someone's first day on the Zoom call and caught the buys. Beautiful. So there was no news today. There was nothing really. There was no important news that came at 8:30. Nothing at all. We got New Zealand rate later on, and then unemployment claims. I think this number is going to be higher. Unemployment claims. No, lower. And then we got, yeah, we got a clean, easy week here. I'm going to be right back. Oh wow. Gold. Gold is moving bullish here now. Yeah, I think it should come up towards 1763. I think it's going to be good. I lost $606 today. 2 5 lot on GJ losses, buys, and the previous buy that worked out, but only with the one lot, so it didn't make up for the losses. Well, you should have realized that when you were doing the one lot. I think you should always keep the lot sizes the same. If you don't keep the here's how you start over trading, right? Over trading happens when you take a few trades, right? You take a few trades, and then let's say you lose those 2 trades, and then you take a third trade, and the third trade is of a much smaller lot size, right? You've taken a third trade, you win that third trade, but the win from that third trade is not enough to cover the losses from the first 2 trades, and now you want to take the fourth trade to cover the losses. This whole concept of, hey, I want to cover my losses, or I want to make back my losses, this whole concept, man, you guys need to get rid of this concept. You know, the idea is that you need to make sure you're keeping the lot sizes the same. If you're not keeping lot sizes the same, it's going to get really, really difficult for you to be profitable. I think that's my parting advice for everybody here before we leave today in like 10 minutes.
Just had that conversation over the weekend with someone. Same thing.
That's true, right? I mean, it doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. In the start, I used to do the same thing, but then I quickly realized how much I was sabotaging my own progress. Like for example, if someone uses a one lot buy on GJ over here, right? One lot buy on GJ, one lot buy on GJ, and then you lose the trade, right? So let's say that you lost $50 here, and then you lost $50 here on the one lot, because you closed at -5 pips. And then the third trade you took with a 0.2 lot, and the price ran 15 pips, so you made around, let's say, $24, right? So now you've made less. But if you would have used the same lot size, if you would have used one lot here as well, you would have made around $113. See, now you would have been in a slightly positive trade. So it's always good to keep lot sizes the same. If you don't keep lot sizes the same, then I think it's going to get very difficult for you to be profitable. I think one good way to be profitable is to keep lot sizes the same. I think you mean the lot size should always be equal to the percentage risk to the lot size will always be vary, but the percentage risk will remain the same. I think that's the most complicated way you could put that, but I'm just saying keep lot sizes the same. Yeah, that's it. Ooh.
But also, you have, as a trader, you're gonna have like these top 10 trade setups, and then you can add more to your lot sizes. Yeah, because basically that's what I do. I have let's say my top 5 trade setups, and I have this 99% confidence on this trade, so I'm gonna add more to that lot size. I can double the lot size, and I know that's gonna pay out really good.
I'm thinking if 15-minute candle closes below resistance, we're looking for sells. Yeah, I mean, you could look for sells. Looks like we are starting to break down over here on the 1 hour and the 30-minute. If someone's trying to overtrade, if someone's trying to take sells and it's going to be considered a third trade or the fourth trade, I would say don't do that. I would say just call it a day. I don't think GJ likes this range. It wants to escape but can't. Yes, that's true. Um, why you draw the zone at 133,600? I wanted to draw this zone. I wanted the zone to be around up over here, but then I wanted it to be a little bit more conservative. That's why I had it drawn around here. This was based on this 30-minute candle, which was kind of like wicking down, and there was some more rejections here at 133,600. So that's why I had to draw the zone there. Good morning. I've been wanting to ask, why aren't you swing trading? Because I don't swing trade. Oh wow, look at this thing just dropping now. Damn. What a rodeo today. Lost 3 trades this session, catching myself planning a 4th trade, gotta step away. Yeah man, Donnie, just, you're good, just step away. Step away, come back tomorrow. You guys need to keep yourself in check. I've only taken 2 trades today and both were losses, and that's it. I didn't take any more trades today. Because there's going to be Wednesday tomorrow, then Thursday tomorrow, then Friday tomorrow. I think gold continued to go up, and USDJPY looks like it. Oh wow, it died pretty hard. There was some news, 100%. Some news came out. Fed is providing great forward guidance in the moment. No, I think some news came out. Settlement of unregistered FX broker JAFX. Oh wow, JAFX is in hot waters. The order provides JFX that shall pay civil monetary penalty of 600,000. Damn. What did they violate? That's the whole problem.
They were promoting in the US.
I was just about to say soliciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
good.
they were actively promoting in Las Vegas and different states.
Well,
Can't do that.
Uncle Sam's hand came and got them.
Yeah.
But 600,000 is nothing compared to what they made.
Oh yeah, 600,000 drop in the bucket.
What I want to know is what happened in the news? Who said something for this to drop? This can't be it. This is way too small. How much was it? Fell from oh ooh, wow, 40 pip. 40 pip drop on UJ is a big deal. Boris was speaking. I'm pretty sure Boris wouldn't, I don't know, maybe could it? Probably not. Not USDJPY. I mean,
No, it
pound.
doesn't have power over the US dollar.
Yeah. Pound, sure, but not USD. Do you think it's overall bearish respecting higher time frame? Let's take a look at this. Yes. Like right now, like I was expecting it to continue up, but since it's coming back down, let's take a look on the 4-hour and remove everything. I mean, it does seem like it's coming down now. 4 hours about to close. If 4 hours about to close in 9 minutes and this candle is closing bearish, yeah, I think that's a very high chance for price to continue moving bearish here. Now when we look on the 1 hour, this was kind of like the support it was respecting before earlier on. But now it's closing back below the support, opening room for price to maybe like make a lower high and then continue moving down to 133 even, and then ultimately possibly coming down to 132.750. Maybe it's going to happen with NYC Open, who knows? But that's what the sentiment is right now. Earlier on, sentiment was bullish because obviously price was bullish, but now since it's all changed to bearish, so that's what we're looking at right now. Oh, perfect. Restaurants are opening. Dining areas, personal services. Finally, we can go and have a nice dinner now.
Yeah, just long wait times, that's all.
Yeah. Oh, indoor gyms are still closed. Come on. Why do you trade mostly GJ? Because I'm very comfortable trading GJ. If USD/JPY keeps on falling, well, it's approaching some sort of a support area on the 4-hour, one over here, and there's another one right over here where the candle started. Oh, actually, with the new week started in May 10th. This was the start of the new week. Second trade today, just caught that move, 10 pips, both profit. Oh, very nice. In my town in Germany, everything just closed again today. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Pound dropped because nightclubs weren't allowed to open yet. Yeah, I think that could be a very good cause too, because they generate a lot of revenue. Guys, please, what information does Raja look for in pre-market? Nothing. I just look at this, I see, oh yeah, numbers are up, okay, perfect. Then I say, well, US 30 should continue to go up. And this was somewhere over here. And it did go up a little bit.
Yeah, we should continue in the next hour.
Here we go. Bought one lot of USD/JPY at the tip. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's going to work out, but I think that's a very, I'm going to say, that's a very dumb way to trade. I used to do that. And for the most part, it doesn't work in the long term. Yeah, I think GPJPY, if it closes below this area, it should continue moving bearish.
GJ is a mess, man.
GJ is like that lion in a circus who doesn't want to listen. That's what GJ is, basically.
And then he mauls you afterwards.
Yeah, and then he mauls you. You're like, oh, this guy needs more training now. Is there alternative of Magic Key free for PC keyboard? No. There's no. That's like asking, is there an alternative for Gucci? Well, I guess there is. Oh man, wrong chart. Just joined. Are we going in? We are going in where, my friend? GJ's just playing with the previous day highs. Yes, GJ bullish breakout this week. We're ranging at a falling daily counter trend line. Yes, fine. But in the moment right now, I think in the next hour or so, we should continue moving down and probably fill this wick. I think that's going to be a very, very good move here again for the rest of the day. I mean, this is what it's not even yeah, it's not like 48 pips, 40 pips probably. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I believe what moved the market was Fed's bullish comments on the inflation targets and possible yield curve control. All USD pairs weakened and yen strengthened. Yeah, I think that's why GP, the pound yen also dropped down. I think that was it. That's why pound yen also dropped because yen increased. Magic keys got shipped yesterday. Should be fun. Yes. Can we use magic keys without the actual device? No, it can't work like that.
It's called magic keys. How can you use something if you don't have it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a proprietary software, so you can only use it with the physical thing.
It truly isn't the end of the world if you don't have magic keys. I mean, people are that concerned about their trading. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It helps, but like, don't break the bank if you can't afford it or you're not buying it.
Yeah, like I mean, some people like driving cars without a car freshener, and some people like a car with a car freshener.
Yeah.
That's a nice explanation.
That's a nice analysis.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the MT4 to be empty and smelling bad, sure, don't buy it.
I like my car with the freshener, especially when it's washed.
Why do you say yes? Why do you say yes? Where did you guys learn your humor? I think it came with age. Why isn't it possible to use a regular USB Bluetooth dongle? It is possible to use a regular Bluetooth dongle. It comes with a Bluetooth dongle actually. Horrible breakdown. Had NY open at US30. Well, I guess we're coming up to the new 4-hour candle start. The 30-minute candle has now, this is what I call a break and close below support, right? At this point, if my analysis is correct, this is the most recent support price has to worry about for price to continue moving down to maybe retest this low created with the news yesterday. This area here, I don't think price should keep this area in check as it starts moving down. I don't think that should be the case. I think price should just ignore this area because this area was ignored by these two candles that went down yesterday. So I think the same should happen with this here as well. Yeah, exactly. So that might happen. So right now we're just kind of like waiting. Hey, say hi, Sinan. Okay, now we're working pretty good. Yeah, I mean, GJ now I think it should continue moving bearish here. But my time is coming to a close. Probably gonna leave in like 5-10 minutes here. If you look on the 15-minute, we're approaching like a minor support. I think once the support is gone, price can continue on moving down towards, what's this price? 132 to 790. Safely like 132.800 would be pretty good. Just entered GJ sell again. Oh wow. Someone entered the GJ sell again. Beautiful. Just remember, everybody, when I leave, just make sure you don't overtrade, you don't over risk, because that's the only thing that's holding you back, trust me. Overtrading and over risking, those are the only two things that are holding you back. And as long as you control them, you're going to be just fine. And I think GJ will continue moving bearish here till at least 132.800. And someone said it clearly, patience will make you more money than anything. That's absolutely true. Because what's going to happen is you're going to see moves happen all day long. All day long, you're going to get opportunities. You're going to get moves happening all day long. But you have to decide. You have to decide which opportunity is worth taking. Even if you've taken a loss, you have to decide, are you really gonna, take that next opportunity? Are you really gonna risk another loss? Are you gonna risk another trade? So those are some very important things you need to focus on. I took two trades were losses. I was up since Asian session, so I decided to end my day in a tiny profit. I know you don't trade US30, so please, what information do you get from it? I don't know. My friends trade US30. I've been testing US30 for the past 2.5 months, and it's just very difficult to trade. And one more thing, like I'm ending my day with $103 profit. If I'm gonna look if I'm gonna look at Instagram, I'm gonna see that people are making $10,000 a day, like maybe $100,000 or $150,000. Never let that affect your progress. Never let that affect your progress. Because even if you're printing $50, let's say you made $50 in 3 hours, that's $50 in 3 hours, man. That's like more than $20 per hour. No, actually, it's less than $20 per hour. But you get the idea, right? Like $50 you printed from doing nothing, just by clicking buttons. So if you can do that once, you can do that 1,000,000 times over, and that's 50 million right there. But obviously, if you're going to do it 1,000,000 times over, then there's going to be some losses as well. But the overall concept is that you will always come out profitable. People are saying, I thought you lost 500. Man, like, some people are really stupid. I mean, really, really stupid. I just don't understand where their cognitive ability is. I just said I lost in New York, but overall I won in Asian. So for the trading day I lost. For the session I lost, but for the trading day I won. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a nice day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, same time.
Take care, coach. Shukriya.
Take care, coach, life coach.